My mom grounded me for painting my nails, so I grounded her into divorce. I, a 17-year-old male, always liked to look different. It wasn't easy in a small town. People would stare at me and give me dirty looks. I knew it especially bothered my mother and my stupid stepdad, but I didn't care. I thought it was stupid to judge people based on their appearance. My mother would always tell me to dress normal and cut my hair, which was kind of messy and spiky, but I never listened. She used to be cool, but then she married my super conservative stepdad, so now she's always paranoid about what people think. The more I rebelled against them, the more she got on my case. One day she saw I was wearing black nail polish and she said that was the last straw. I am grounded for a year. I explained how stupid she was for caring about some nail polish, but she wouldn't answer. She was completely fed up. She said I would never get married or find a girlfriend if I dressed like this. I thought my mother wouldn't go through with it. She grounded me before and then it would be over the next day. But this time she was serious. She went through my closet and was ripping up my band tees, and put my skinny jeans in her closet because she said that they are only for girls. She also banned me from going to the My Chemical Romance concert that I had tickets for. I begged her to let me go, but she said no way. She wanted to control my life so bad.
What's up, YouTube? It's Rochelle Tannen. You're on the flow with Ro. It's December 15th, 2023. It's about 5:15 in the morning on the East Coast. That clip in the beginning of this video is a Am I the A-hole story, which I love. They're so funny. Well, some of them are so funny. And I understand some of these are AI generated and some of them are real people, but I like them anyway. Now, this video is going to be a little bit of a rant video. I'm going to leave the link to this video. The creator's name is Makhulu. Shout out to you, Makhulu. I'm using part of your video for this rant. Fair use. I came across this video, and the story is about a 17-year-old, quote, goth or emo kid. And his mother wanted him to adult his look at 17 and stop with the spiky hair and the goth clothes. So, if you guys go check out the video, the end of the story, this young man tells a lie on his mother to his stepfather that she's cheating on him, creates a fake chat log, and notes that his stepfather wasn't social media savvy, so he had no idea it was fake. The stepfather ends up filing divorce on his mother, and this 17-year-old let it happen without admitting he lied. I had posted, if that was my son, on his 18th birthday, his shit would be sitting on my porch, including his nail polish. And I got I got hammered in the comment section by these young people, talking about they hope I'm not a mother, and she's trying to block his artistic expression, and she had no right to do this or that or third. Let me tell you Gen Z niggas something, a few things. When you're 18 and under in your parents' house, your parents own the air you breathe. You are not paying for anything. And if you got good parents, they don't allow you to rule the roost. Part of the problem in today's society with children and young adults and teens, as they've been raised in these last 20 years to believe they're equals. I don't know what Gen X and Gen Y, my generation, was on teaching these people this. But now we're dealing with this as these people get older. It's not all about you. You guys have not been taught to respect your parents, and a lot of that's your parents' fault. And for some strange reason, you guys think just because your parents put up with your crap, the real world got to put up with your crap. I posted that because it's the absolute truth. If I ever had a child at that age that told such an elaborate lie, I put them out on their 18th birthday. Because what you young people don't get is that a liar can cause a lot of damage. And I'm the type of person, especially as I get older, I don't like a liar. There's a difference between telling a white lie and being a liar. A liar can do a lot of damage. A lie can do a lot of damage. I don't care if they're 7 years old, 17 years old, 27, 107. A liar can cause a lot of damage. I had one person post to me, well, if you put your son out, that would cause him anxiety and you might financially ruin him and all this other stuff. That may very well be true. But if you lie on your mother to her stepfather, you could be ruining her financially. Because a lot of you young people don't get what marital debt is. And usually when a spouse cheats on another spouse, that outs them for alimony. So this young kid could have fucked up his mother's whole financial standing, hell, his financial standing, unwittingly, because he was sore about some t-shirts, a concert, and some nail polish. And let me just add, most of us that made it out of high school alive and remember those years, most older people, they think back and say, shit, I cannot believe I wore that at that age. I can't believe I was so stupid to wear that. I thought I looked cool. Usually you reflect on those times. But you young people act like everything's so concrete and it's going to last a lifetime. It's not. If your mother or father's telling you something at 17 years old when you're about to enter the real world, you might want to take heed. And I'm getting these comments, oh, well, his self-expression in goth and emo, and it's not like he was wearing provocative clothes and all this. We're in the post-Columbine world, and we still deal with mass shootings in this country. Depending on, and the young kid made it a point to say he's from a small town. If he goes to a big city, to college or whatever, his dress could be misconstrued as a threat. And that's what his mother's trying to teach him, his stepfather too. Once you're about to exit high school, you should be becoming a little more, adult in your look and things as you're about to enter the workforce or college. The world doesn't have to cater to you. His mother's trying to teach him that. And instead, what really bothered me is after he made the chat log, okay, fine. But when the father comes back with the divorce papers, the stepfather, he doesn't say a word. And all this is cool with these Gen Z people posting to me, or mostly Gen Z. You don't get to run someone else's house no more than you guys get to come to work and run the office like you think you should. This is exactly why a lot of you are sitting at home at 25, 28 years old with your college degrees and you can't make no moves. This is why. My whole thing is, if you guys are so arrogant and pretentious and know everything, why are you at home at 25 and 28? Surely you should be able to pay your own rent. Another Gen Z, or she may have been a later millennial, gonna post to me about me having children and whatnot. As I told her, and she stopped posting because a picture speaks 1,000 words. You look like you already got 2 kids and still live with your mother. And y'all are so fucking far gone, you think you can live with your parents as adults, and y'all got your own kids and still try to tell your parents what to do. Talking about rent high, yeah, so what? You're going to have to deal with that now and going in the 30s. What you supposed to do, live with your parents till you die? And not only live with them, tell them how to run their house. As I try to explain to these Gen Zers, not all of us were born in the 90s and 2000s. And I thank God I had a type of parents that were on the same tip as Dr. Bill Cosby on the Cosby Show was on. I brought you in this world, I can take you out. I'm glad I grew up with honor thy mother, thy father. And if you are a young person that has a step parent, and the stepmother or father, they may not be your mother and father, but if they're not abusing you, mistreating you, talking down to you, you should consider yourself grateful. Same thing with your parents. As I posted in that thread, which I hope you guys go read, you got a lot of people right now, present day and of yesteryear, at 17 years old, their parents were on crack. Their parents was on meth. Their parents now are on fentanyl. A lot of 17-year-old kids, their parents are in prison. They're getting raised in the fucking foster system. And I guarantee you, if I took some of these kids that are in the foster system or got crackhead for parents, and the only thing their mother wanted them to do is not wear some skinny jeans and nail polish, they do it with a fucking smile. You ones that sitting up in your comfortable suburban homes or nice apartments if you live in the city and got your parents taking care of all your needs. All you're talking about your anxiety and what causes anxiety. Y'all don't know fucking anxiety. You got a lot of young people that I just named coming out of crackhead households and shit, and they still go out here and work. They still put a smile on their face, and they ain't got half the love and things some of you spoiled ass people have. Spoiled ass Gen Zers and millennials. Now, let me say this. I understand latter millennials and Gen Z, they got fucking rock stars in that generation. But a lot of you ain't fucking rock stars. You're lame. Like I said, I live in Philadelphia. I've seen 17-year-old kids that wish they had a mother or that cared about them enough to tell them how to dress. But y'all don't see it from that angle. You only see your selfish fucking needs. And this is another thing I'm getting tired of. Gen Z, just because you found out something doesn't mean y'all created it. I'm being told about the difference between emo and punk. Emo's derived from punk, number one. And if you were lucky enough to be born in 1980 like I was, I grew up on MTV and BET in the literal sense. BET was born in 1980. MTV was born in 1981. When punk rock was exploding, when I was in diapers, by the time it was about 1985, 1986, and Pat Benatar and Blondie and all these phenomenal sounds were coming out of New York City. I'm from New England. I remember those times. There ain't a goddamn thing you could tell me about punk or emo. Because a lot of the emo bands from the 90s, I was a teenager in the 90s. Gen Z, it goes to my point. Gen Z, y'all ain't come up with shit yet. Not a goddamn thing. I'm still waiting to see what y'all come up with on your own organically without the prior generations having to fucking direct you. Because as I stand, in my estimation, y'all been adults. If you were born in 95, you fucking 28 this year. Your generation's been adults for 10 years. You guys have not innovated music, dance, influencing, technology, none of it. All of it's the last generations. Everything you niggas like is from 70s and 80s people and late 60s damn near. Your precious technology. Let's talk about technology. Those platforms were developed by early Gen Xers, late Gen Xers, and millennials. Facebook, Google, YouTube, all that shit's my generation and my older sister and stepmother's generation, the Xers. Y'all haven't come up with shit. And what's really funny about your technology you defend, I know my decade like the back of my hand. The 80s is my decade. Mark Zuckerberg, and I think he was born in 84. Back in 2004, like he said of his users on Facebook, they're a bunch of dumb fucks. And he was right. Gen Z, let me ask you a question. Why do you think Mark Zuckerberg, to use his Facebook Messenger, he has your head in a bubble? Because indirectly he's calling you a bubblehead. Why do you think they have you as followers? Because it's easy to lead you to slaughter. See, I'm fortunate to come up in times when you didn't want to be a follower. You want to do your own thing. I love that. I don't follow nobody unless I know where I'm being led. And I suggest you guys don't either. But y'all are just so much smarter than everybody else. You'll be just fine. But all that shit y'all hail is from other generations. Yep. Even rap music. You all as a generation, not one of your rappers, not one, can come up with a song that old people and young people like. Not one. Not one. Where is it? Where's the song? If it's not for the fact that rap is turned into despicable cursing and talking about sex all the time, a lot of the artists, the quote rappers now, wouldn't stand a fucking chance. Because you're not creative enough to talk about the times going on. You're not creative enough to make a rap song about the times going on and it's still jam like my man Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 from the 80s were one of the best rap songs in history. The Message. That song they didn't have to curse and they didn't have to talk about sex, and it was pivotal to the times and describing South Bronx, New York. Y'all ain't that fly to come up with that shit. All the shit that's going on around the world right now, we don't have no rappers talking about what's going on. Only thing they talk about their money and their clout and Instagram. When rap, hip hop particularly, was founded in poverty. You all should be talking about what's going on around the world, not flexing on Instagram. But you're too stupid to get that. Same thing with punk music, rock music, all of it. Where the fuck are you at, Gen Z? Because y'all talk a lot of shit. A whole lot of shit. You guys have not innovated almost nothing. Even with your protesting. I was going to give y'all that point. But I really can't because millennials run that too. Don't believe me? Take BLM for example. BLM, those are some other 80s people. All three of them broads, if I'm not mistaken, were born in the 80s or latter 70s. But I think it's the 80s. They made millions of dollars off you people. Millions. Obscene money. Had you fools out here tearing down your own cities, talking about defund the fucking police. Now they're defunded from coast to coast, and now you can't even go into a Rite Aid or Family Dollar to get deodorant because of you, Gen Z. Because you were led to slaughter. That all them protesting and the puppet strings that BLM had you on is helping destroy this country. A country that in a few years you guys are gonna have to maneuver. They used you. That's the only thing the generations before you do is use you, and then you guys got the nerve to be arrogant when you're getting played. I guess I took this post so personally because I, like quite a few millennials now, and soon to come late millennials and Gen Z, I've already lost my parents. So when I hear stories and read stories of ungrateful brats, it really burns my biscuits. Because I am one of those people that came up with a drug addicted parent. I am one of those people that lost their mother at 17. Yes, we do exist. I just met two people in their 30s that lost their mothers when they were 6 and 7 years old. And you ungrateful brats get up on the internet talking about, oh, well, his anxiety. Oh, she's wrong, this and that. Let your parents die tomorrow, Gen Z. Let them die tomorrow. And see what you're made of as you're unappreciative and ungrateful. And it didn't start with you guys, I'll give you that. It didn't start with you guys. A lot of people in my generation are very ungrateful to their parents. But see, my generation is finding out because our parents are starting to kick the bucket. Our parents aren't outliving our grandparents. But Gen Z, you're going to find out. I don't like ungrateful brats. I don't like arrogant people. And I don't like pretentious people when they don't have anything to be pretentious about. I know you guys are overly pretentious for no reason. I've been to school a few times since I've been an adult. I'm taking classes now. That's why I've been neglecting YouTube. And when I went to college the first time, we never had mastery tests, mastery quizzes. You either studied and got it right and got a good grade, or you failed and learned from your failures. But at no time did you get to take a test or a quiz 10 fucking times so you passed it. That's because you all are idiots. That's why they have to change up things in school now, because you guys are idiots. And they got to dumb things down, and you guys think you're so smart and you're so arrogant. We gonna see. Because AI is about to take a lot of your jobs, your white collar jobs. And a lot of you don't have the wherewithal and the fire to get out here and do your own thing and take the adversities of life and make them work for you. But it'll get up on the internet schooling everybody else. I'm going to close this video in saying this. If I ever have a child at 17 that tells such an elaborate lie, I put him or her out. Because clearly if you'll lie on your mother to the brink of a divorce, you're an ugly person, and it's not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse as you get older. And anyone who can lie and be that methodical, you should be fine. You should be fine in the real world. You should be able to, I don't care if you had to work 4 jobs. You go pay your own rent. You go do it yourself. And before I go, goddamn, in 24, I know I'm going to, everything's anxiety to you all. Anxiety and mental health is becoming a new code word when you guys don't want to do something. That's what it really is. But on that note, you guys have an excellent Friday. I just had to get that off my chest. And you guys, you have a really good weekend. Stay safe out there. I'm out.